So I have my broken controller right here, and I'm just going to show you that I'm turning it on. It's connecting to the PS3, but the buttons are all messed up. There's a really bad connection issue, and we're going to try to fix that in this video. But I'm just going to prove that this controller is just really bad. It's not reading any of the buttons. It's pressing things by itself, and it won't turn on or off. Like, the buttons are just way, way off. So what you need, obviously, is the broken controller, some sort of tweezers. I mean, you can maybe use your fingernails, but you need those. Something plastic to pry open the controller, and a mini screwdriver. I'll put the link in the description for which one I have. I think I got the whole set for like 15 bucks. Some masking tape, isopropyl alcohol, some scissors, a bowl to put the screws in, and a Q-tip. Now, this is not necessary, but I just have this on hand, so I'm just going to blow out the controller. Not necessary, but you may use gloves. So start by taking out all the screws, and this part I'm just going to speed up because this is pretty self-explanatory. Now once you have all the screws out, there's going to be a clip on the bottom of the controller where the handles are in the middle. So what you're going to want to do is try to find that clip in the center where I'm pushing and push in, and that will break free the two sides of the cases, as you can see in the video right here. The next step is to take the battery out. So either with your fingernails or some sort of tweezers, just kind of work on it a little bit. Try not to break it, and just kind of wiggle it out of there like this. So after that, the next step is going to be to remove the one screw holding the board in. Now these are the parts that we're going to be working on right here. These connections can get dirty over time, and we're just going to clean those off, and then we're going to remove this one pad right here, and underneath it is some foam that actually over time can flatten out, and that's causing the problem in the connection issues. Now here's where the tape comes in. This is the size you want to get. You can use anything pretty much, electrical tape, masking tape. We just need to create more of a lift in the foam since it got flat. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to cut off a little piece, roll it up so it gives the foam a little bit more size, and that will help the connections.
This is a Chucky Beat production.
So next thing we're going to do is clean it off. We're going to grab the Q-tip and the isopropyl alcohol and then just rub over the connection areas and make sure they're all clean and nice, so when we put it back together there will be no issues. So after everything's all cleaned up, we're just gonna flip this over, put the joysticks through, and put everything back together and see what happens. Now this part isn't necessary, but just to make an extra step of, you know, caution, make sure everything's clean, just blow it out with some air if you have some. If not, it's not necessary. The first thing I'm going to do to put it back together is put the screw in that holds the board in. Then the battery goes in, and there's a certain way it goes in, so you're going to see the plug goes in a certain way. There's going to be a little groove for the plug. And then right here you'll see the notches that actually tell you where to put the battery. It fits on the board so it doesn't move around. Put the bottom cover back on. You're just going to slip it over the buttons, the bottom left and right buttons, just like that. And then you're going to want to get the clip in the back to snap in like this. Just put all the screws back in. I'm not going to waste your time by showing you this because it's kind of obvious. Okay, here we go. This is the broken controller. Like I said, I already fixed this one last night. This is having the same issues. This is the one I just worked on, so I'm going to turn it on right now. Okay, so the PS3 starting up. Let me try to focus this. Okay, here we go. Try to move left to right. Seems to be working fine. Up and down. Seems to be working fine. Now let's try the X button. Seems to be working fine. The back button seems to be working fine. Now this is a completely working controller now as far as I'm concerned, so I hope this helps for anybody who's having the same issues. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions.